In this video, we're going to go over how to relieve sciatica pain on both sides. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. While sciatic nerve pain tends to be one-sided, there are certain individuals that will get it on both sides. So I want to go over some very easy, effective exercises that will help sciatica pain being felt in both legs. All of these exercises hit the lower back and that sciatic nerve just a little bit differently. So go through all of them, take what works best for you. As a bonus, all of these exercises can be done at home, do not require any special equipment, and may give quick sciatica pain relief, even in as little as 30 seconds. So let's get started. So let's begin with one of my favorite sciatica exercises, which is known as a door cobra. Also, I want to note that these exercises in this video are helping if you start to feel an upward trend of symptoms. We call that centralization. The most common cause of sciatica is a lumbar disc issue, like a disc bulge or herniation that pinches a nerve, causes that lightning bolt down the leg. So as you do these exercises, if the symptoms and sciatica pain start to go back up the leg, again, they're helping. So let's start with the door cobra. What I'm going to do is go towards a door frame. I'm going to put my toes flush against it, and then from there, I'm going to take my belly button and hips and just lean into it. This is our stable anchor point, so we don't want the hips or the pelvis coming off the door like this, only our back. I'm going to take my hands right here, place them roughly around the belt line, and gently press into it so we have, again, that stable anchor point. From there, I'm going to have very good upright posture in the upper back and then slowly lean backwards. So when we do this, it's going to put the lower back into extension, a backwards movement. This helps take pressure off those spinal discs and hopefully off any nearby pinched nerves. Keep going back as much as you can until you feel a very good stretch and hopefully starting to see that pain centralizing coming back upwards. Once we hit that deep, comfortable stretch, let's hold this one for 20 to 30 seconds. Do nice, slow, controlled breathing also. The more you relax, the better the treatment. When you need a breather, just lean forward and relax. You want to do this one for about 3 to 5 complete repetitions, and with each repetition, try to stretch into it just a little bit more to help open up those spinal discs and relieve pressure. You can also experiment by just lifting and lowering your thumbs right here to target different spots. When you place the thumb over the lower back and press into it, it's going to pinpoint that spot just a little bit more. So I would start at the belt line and go all the way up. If you feel that one certain spot, like let's say right here for me, works a little bit better, throw more repetitions in, target the spots that need it the most. So here is one of the easiest and most effective ways to treat sciatica on both sides at home. I like to call this one the soup can method because I'm going to be using my old trusty can of beef barley soup and a large bath towel. Let's start off on our back just like this. If you do need extra comfort for your neck, put a rolled up pillow or towel underneath it. We want to position our legs to the point where our knees are at 90 degrees. I'm pressing into a door or a wall with my feet. I tend to wear shoes with this one also because it offers more grip, making this exercise just a little bit easier. So let's take our can of soup, place it right underneath that large rolled up bath towel, and I'm going to place it centered right over my back. And from there, what I'm going to do is use my legs right here to lift up and down with my body weight. So we're just going to slowly lower our body weight over that can of soup. When you do this, you're going to feel a very deep stretch over the can of soup in the lower back. So slowly lower it down until you feel a very comfortable stretch. You know this one is working for you also if you start to feel that sciatica pain coming back up towards the lower back. Once we hit a very comfortable stretch, let's try to hold this one for 20 to 30 seconds. Do just nice, slow, controlled breathing also. The more you relax, the better the results. When you need a breather, just lift your butt up like this. On the next repetition, try to build into that stretch by just lowering your butt towards the floor just a little bit more. Always challenge yourself to get a better stretch. You want to do this one for 3 to 5 repetitions. From there, you can raise and lower the can to target different spots. Make note of any spot that gives you more relief and throw more repetitions in. If you want to take this one to the next level, we can incorporate dynamic movement in there to challenge the lower back and the muscles a little bit differently and hopefully take more pressure off those spinal discs and those pinched nerves. What I'm going to do is get back into our original position, feel that very good stretch in the lower back. I'm going to take my hands, place them on my hips just like this. The movement is very easy. We're going to do a pelvic tilt. That is just rocking our hips, our pelvis forward and backward, kind of like taking our butt forward and backward just like this. Do it nice and slow over that can. And when you do this, you'll feel a lot engaged in the lower back and also into the hips and the pelvis. I like to do this one for about 15 to 20 seconds. From there, I just relax and take a breather, and then I just build into that stretch a little bit more on the next repetition. Try to do this one for 3 to 5 repetitions. From there, move the can up and down and target any other spots that you feel offers relief. So here is a very easy way to get sciatica pain relief and let gravity do all of the hard work for us. This is a decompression or traction exercise that's going to take pressure off the spinal disc very quickly. I'm going to go next to the edge of a bed or a couch. Let's start off by putting a pillow or towel at the edge for extra comfort, and then we're just going to lie on our stomach just like this, pretty much from the lower back on up is going to lay flat while our hips, our legs are going to be off. Let's position our legs to the point where the hips and the knees are in a straight line. Our toes are on the floor just like this to support our lower body weight. In this position already, you should feel a very gentle pulling motion into the lower back. It usually feels pretty good. What I like to do to intensify it is to tuck my chin towards my chest and then outstretch my arms just like this. Really grip into the bed or the couch and kind of pull forward with your fingers. This really opens up and intensifies that stretch. So once we hit a very comfortable stretch, you want to try to hold this one for about 20 to 30 seconds, doing nice, slow, controlled breathing also. If it feels good, you can hold it for longer, a minute or two. But when you need a breather, just kind of relax just like this. On the next repetition, I would recommend just trying to dig forward a little bit more with your fingers right here to get a better stretch. Try to do this one for about 3 to 5 repetitions. And again, you know it's working for you if that pain starts to come back up the legs and centralizes. If you want to take this one to the next level, what we're going to use is something that will glide. I'm going to be using a furniture mover. But if you do have carpet, you can use something like a paper plate or a piece of cardboard. If you have hardwood floors, just throw a towel underneath your toes. We're going to do what is known as a sciatic floss. This really helps stretch the sciatic nerve pathway. So let's get back into that original position. But this time around, what I'm going to do is kind of kick my toes backwards and try to straighten the legs at the knee and point my toes away from me. When you do this, you'll really feel a deep stretch into the leg. It's going to help stretch that sciatic nerve on both sides. You want to hold this one right here for about 20 to 30 seconds, and then you're just going to relax. And then you're just going to slowly repeat this. With this one too, you might not be able to straighten the legs all the way to begin with. Just go to a point where it's a very comfortable stretch and you're getting relief. You want to hold that, and then on the next repetition, build into it just a little bit more until you're able to get your toes all the way from you. But it's just a good way to, again, just let gravity do all of the hard work and hopefully get some very quick sciatica pain relief. Here is a wonderful exercise that's really good at relieving sciatica pain on both sides. I'm going to take 2 of my favorite yoga poses, the child's pose and the Cobra, and put them together. They're really good at lengthening the spine, adding flexibility, and taking pressure off spinal discs that might be causing that sciatic nerve pain. And you can do this one right in bed. Let's start off on all fours. I like to position my body to the point where I'm a little bit towards the edge of a bed and I can grip off to the edge of the bed with my hands for a stable anchor point. From there, I'm going to tuck my chin towards my chest. Let's do the child's pose. Very easy to do. What I'm going to do is rock my whole back and hips as one complete movement. So I'm not arching my back, bending it, anything like that. Pretty much just taking your butt down towards your heels. The more that you go down towards your heels, the more intense this stretch is going to be felt. I feel it pretty much throughout my whole back, upper all the way down to the lower, but you want to concentrate on feeling it into the lower back. Once you hit a very good deep stretch, and hopefully it's relieving some of that sciatica pain already, you want to hold this one for 20 to 30 seconds. Do nice, slow, controlled breathing also. Let that tension out. From there, we're going to build into the Cobra pose, which puts the back into extension, taking pressure off spinal discs. What I'm going to do is just lie flat on my stomach, just like this. I'm going to prop my upper body on my elbows, just like this. During this exercise, we don't want to lift up on the hips or the pelvis. We want to let it lay flat. Just press up with your arms like this, raise your shoulders up towards the ceiling as much as you can. When you do this, you should feel a very good stretch into the lower back in the front of the legs and also the core muscles. It should feel, again, like the pain, the sciatica pain, is starting to centralize upwards towards the lower back. Hold this one for 20 to 30 seconds. Do nice, slow, controlled breathing. From there, we're just going to repeat this cycle. So we're going to get back on all fours. We're going to do the child's pose. And on this next repetition, just try to stretch into it just a little bit more. Always challenge yourself to open up the back because hopefully it will relieve that sciatica pain just a little bit more. But try to do this for 3 to 5 complete repetitions. As a note also, if the Cobra becomes a little bit too easy going up like this, you can take it to the next level by just straightening your arms out like this. And it becomes very intense, but again, make sure not to lift up on the hips. Go up as far as you can, and hopefully that will offer just a little bit more relief. If the exercises helped, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks so much for watching.